Canelo Alvarez draws near. A viral video showcasing Canelo's intense neck training regimen has surfaced, leaving Berlanga visibly uneasy. Berlanga, known for his powerful punches, realizes that Canelo's rigorous preparation is aimed at withstanding his formidable strength in the ring. Given that Canelo is specifically preparing his guard to counter Berlanga's primary weapon, it's no surprise that Berlanga feels a bit intimidated. This highly anticipated bout against the legendary Canelo Alvarez, just hours away, Edgar Berlanga finds himself grappling with unease, spurred on by a viral video of Canelo's intense neck training regimen. Berlanga, known for his knockout power, realizes that Canelo's rigorous preparation is aimed at withstanding his formidable strength in the ring. The psychological battle has already begun, and Berlanga's confidence is visibly shaken. Canelo Alvarez, a giant in the sport, has never been knocked down in his entire career. With 61 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws in his 65-fight career, the Mexican legend has built his success on a combination of iron will, extraordinary skill, and a detailed training regimen. The viral video that has taken social media by storm showcases Canelo performing a grueling neck exercise on a Bosu ball. This exercise, which may look simple at first glance, carries immense difficulty and even a degree of risk. The footage sees Canelo rolling his neck, reminiscent of the famous training routines used by boxing legend Mike Tyson. But Canelo ups the ante by performing the stretch on an unstable Bosu ball, adding an element of difficulty that pushes the boundaries of what's physically possible. This neck exercise, which strengthens the neck muscles, is believed to be one of the reasons Canelo has never been dropped in the ring. It is a show of his defensive resilience and ability to take punishing shots without flinching. The video serves as a visual reminder of why Canelo is considered one of the pound-for-pound best. It's clear this video is weighing heavily on Berlanga's approach. If Canelo is training this intensely, it means he knows he is up against someone who brings significant power into the ring. Sources close to Berlanga's camp have reported an atmosphere of unease since the video went viral. While Berlanga has never lacked confidence in his power and skill, the sight of Canelo performing such a physically taxing and potentially dangerous exercise has allegedly sent shockwaves through his team. Berlanga understands that he is up against a fighter who is not just skilled but practically unbreakable. You don't get a chin like Canelo's by accident. Berlanga has built his career on his knockout power, but going up against Canelo, a fighter with a proven track record of absorbing punches from the likes of Gennady Golovkin and Dmitry Bivol, has led to growing concerns within Berlanga's camp. For the first time in his career, Berlanga may be facing a fighter who simply can't be broken, either physically or mentally. Canelo's unbeaten streak through 65 fights is a testament to his dedication to strengthening his neck muscles, a crucial yet often overlooked aspect of boxing training. By developing a neck that can absorb the shock of a punch, Canelo has turned what many consider a physical vulnerability into one of his greatest assets. The neck training video has not only reignited discussions about Canelo's extraordinary durability, but has also drawn the attention of medical professionals. Brian Sutterer, a well-known sports doctor, weighed in on the viral video, warning of the potential dangers of the exercise. "Don't do this," Sutterer tweeted. "The cervical spine is not built to tolerate high and dangerous compressive loads like this. If you want to strengthen your neck, do it without putting a load through the top of your head." Even Harvard Medical School chimed in, issuing a cautionary note that the exercise could cause serious harm to anyone with a weakened neck or spine. But for Canelo, these warnings seem to be mere background noise as he continues to push his body to its limits in pursuit of excellence. This particular exercise might seem extreme, but for Canelo, it's just another day in the gym. The Mexican star has long maintained that his neck training is crucial to his ability to take a punch, and with 65 fights under his belt, it's hard to argue with the results. Canelo's resilience has been tested against some of the hardest hitters in the sport, and he's never once been dropped. A remarkable feat for a fighter who has been competing at the highest level for so long. Berlanga, known for his explosive punching power and undefeated record, has always walked into fights with an aura of invincibility. However, facing Canelo has clearly put him in uncharted waters. While he has spoken confidently in the lead-up to the fight, claiming that he's ready to dethrone the sudden shift in tone following the release of Canelo's training footage is telling. "I'm not worried about that," Berlanga said. "I've trained hard too. I'm ready for whatever he brings." But those close to the fighter paint a different picture. The question hanging over Berlanga's head is whether he can deliver the kind of knockout power needed to stop Canelo, a fighter whose neck alone seems to be made of steel. The panic is evident, and with each passing hour, it becomes clearer that Berlanga's team is scrambling to find a solution to the Canelo puzzle. In a sport where confidence is everything, the psychological battle is already well underway. For Canelo, the upcoming fight is just another day at the office. Despite Berlanga's power and undefeated record, Canelo remains unfazed, showing the calm confidence of a fighter who has seen it all. In a recent interview, Canelo shrugged off the idea that Berlanga could pose a serious threat. "I like them like that. I like when they're confident when they do a lot of talking," Canelo said with a smirk. "I like breaking their faces when that confidence disappears." Canelo's words were not just a prediction, they were a warning. The Mexican superstar thrives on challenges, and the more confident his opponents are, the more satisfaction he seems to take in dismantling them. "It'll be the beatdown of his life," Canelo added, making it clear that he's not just looking to win, he's looking to dominate. While Berlanga may have knockout power, Canelo's experience, intelligence, and sheer willpower make him a terrifying opponent. "The experience I have, the intelligence, my boxing ability. I've already won," Canelo declared. And in many ways, he may be right. The mental games, the physical preparation, the psychological warfare, all of it points to a fighter who is more than ready for whatever Berlanga throws his way. But this is not the only training video that has surfaced recently. In another released clip, Canelo was seen working the heavy bag, not focusing on his neck, but on power punches that signal his readiness for a toe-to-toe battle with Berlanga. Fans and critics dissected the footage, with some voicing disappointment at the lack of visible power, expecting the heavy bag to be rocked by Canelo's punches. However, this is part of Canelo's nuanced preparation, as he has opted to fine-tune his speed rather than unleash full power this early in his camp. At 34 years old, Canelo understands that pacing himself while sharpening his technique is critical, especially against a dangerous puncher like Berlanga. By reserving his power and focusing on building speed and accuracy, Canelo is setting the stage for a performance where precision could overcome brute force. This measured approach is part of Canelo's evolved strategy after years of experience and success in the ring. Although Canelo is coming into this fight as a three-belt champion, he no longer carries the IBF title, having been stripped for not facing his mandatory challenger, William Skull. Despite this, Canelo's stature in the sport transcends titles, and his focus remains on the quality of opponents rather than belt collection. For Berlanga, this fight is a monumental leap in his career, as he will be fighting arguably one of the greatest boxers of his generation. However, the fact remains that Berlanga's record has been built against second-tier opposition, leading to skepticism about his ability to compete at the highest level. Berlanga has yet to face a truly elite opponent, and his most notable victories against Patrick McGinn and Jason Quigley haven't done much to elevate his reputation. These opponents, despite their top 15 rankings, are generally viewed as stepping stones rather than top-tier talents. Berlanga's promoter, Eddie Hearn, has been criticized for guiding him through a path of least resistance, securing victories against fighters that aren't dangerous, but are ranked just high enough to give Berlanga the appearance of legitimacy. Hearn, who has built a reputation for strategically matching his fighters against winnable opponents, ensured that Berlanga remained undefeated by avoiding riskier fights. This method has worked up until now, but against Canelo, Berlanga is finally stepping into the deep end. The question now becomes whether Berlanga's power can carry him to victory, or whether his lack of high-level exposure will be his downfall. Fans on social media have been vocal about Canelo's choice of Berlanga as his opponent, with some arguing that a fighter like David Benavidez or David Morrell would have provided a sterner test. Paulie Malignaggi, a boxing expert, expanded on these perspectives, suggesting that while Berlanga is a winnable fight for Canelo, it isn't the kind of challenge that would push him to his limits. Malignaggi went as far as to say that fighting Berlanga was preferable to risking a loss to Benavidez or Morrell on such short notice. Malignaggi's comments align with the general mood of fans who feel that while Berlanga is a hard hitter, he lacks the technical skill and ring IQ to truly test Canelo. Nonetheless, with Canelo already deep into training, his focus remains on refining his power punches and preparing for the task at hand. One of the most compelling aspects of this matchup is Berlanga's physical size, and Berlanga knows it too. Standing tall and naturally carrying more weight than Canelo, Berlanga has a clear advantage in terms of sheer mass. His ability to drain down to 168 pounds for the super